It's 6:30, straight ahead. Texoma waking up to strong winds and rain this morning. Tom has a look at how the rest of the day will pan out. And 3 storm chasers lose their lives after a car crash in West Texas. Plus, President Donald Trump plays host to senators as they start interviewing witnesses about the Russians intervening in the 2016 election. These stories and more are next. The news starts right now.
Texoma's #1 rated newscast, broadcasting live from 12 studios. This is News 12 at 6:30 a.m.
Rise and shine, Texoma, and thanks so much for waking up with us on this stormy morning. I'm Jesse Schroeder. Meteorologist Tom Miller is joining us now from the Weather Center. And Tom, a lot of the storms have moved out of Texoma, but some folks over in the east are still dealing with them.
Yeah, we still have some showers and even thunder showers, non-severe, so that's good. No watches, no warnings, but we still have a little bit of shower and thunder shower activity east of the 69-75 corridor. You can see it on Doppler 12 live. And well, there is Texoma Parkway. Just about an hour ago, we could not see Texoma Parkway because of some power outages. And it's all due to that line of thunderstorms that stretched all the way from Nebraska into South Texas and just pushed through Texoma quickly, kicking up winds up to about 60 miles per hour. Also some nickel-size hail and some brief periods of heavy rainfall. Well, it's still a weather-aware morning as we're looking at some scattered showers, maybe a thunderstorm, non-severe. And we could see some water that's ponded on the roads in the area, some gusty winds out of the south up to 25, so hang on to the steering wheel. Temperature-wise, grab a light jacket as we're generally in the 50s. Oh, we have 61 in Clayton and in Hugo in Paris. But believe it or not, we're expecting some sunshine later this afternoon. And Jesse, temperatures warming into the mid-70s. Forecasts coming up.
All right, thank you, Tom. Well, as the storm continues to pass, many residents are getting a look at some of the damage this morning, and a lot of those having to deal with some power outages. Texas being hit a little bit harder by those power outages than Oklahoma. Encore says at one point close to 7,300 residents were without power in Grayson County. A lot of that has been restored from the numbers that we're looking at now. That number has dropped pretty significantly, closer to 2,000 or 2,500 folks still without power, though. Another 29 outages being reported in Fannin County, close to 300 in Cook, and over 5,000 in Cook County. Now, those outages, of course, are at the power stations, so more customers are affected by that. But the crews are working fairly quickly this morning to get power restored to everyone. Well, as the storm does continue to pass through, many residents getting ready to head to work, and News 12's Anthony Miller is on the service road of Highway 75. And how are things looking out there, Anthony?
Well, Jesse, right now I am just, as you said, just next to Highway 75 here at Discount Tire, where there is a power line that you see behind us is right next to the phone lines here. So that has been a concern for travelers. So if you are going down Highway 75 or you're traveling on the road today, just make sure to be careful. There are lights that are still out, street lights and all that kind of lights around the area that are still out without electricity. So make sure you be careful on those roads. The roads are also pretty slick from the rain, so make sure you drive slow. I know that some people have had some problems swerving around on the roads, so make sure you're cautious while driving. Make sure you go slow through the street lights that are not on, and we will see. And just be careful out here throughout the morning. Reporting live from Sherman, Anthony Miller, News 12.
All right, thanks so much, Anthony. Well, we also have some pictures here that were sent in to us from Zach Grantham at Katy Country. This is damage in the area of Belden and Kessler in Sherman. You can see down trees, of course, falling on some vehicles. There's some fence damage there. So some folks seeing some damage this morning, but hopefully nothing too severe. If you do have pictures from your neighborhood, be sure and send those to us, KXII.com/photos. Well, severe thunderstorms rattled North Texas early Wednesday morning, prompting several tornado warnings. Wind speeds at times in the DFW area registered around 90 miles per hour. Earlier this morning, Encore was reporting at least 250,000 customers without power in Dallas and Tarrant County. Keller and Mansfield Police Department were reporting early Wednesday morning that power lines were down in numerous areas around the cities. Officials in Keller reported Highway 377 closed at North Tarrant Parkway due to power poles and lines being down there. Major tree debris and damage to RVs was reported at Hidden Cove RV Park in the Colony area in southeast Denton County. One minor injury has also been reported. And here's some footage of a tornado in the Stamford, Texas area. That is just north of Abilene. You'll notice some violent motion there, but luckily the tornado stayed an open area, simply tore up the landscape. No reports of structures being damaged at this time. Turning away from storm coverage now and into crime news, an undercover prostitution sting in Bryan County landed 3 women in jail and could lead to even more arrests as the investigation unfolds. 2 of the 3 were arrested on East Platter Road in Calera. The 3rd woman was arrested at the Red Lotus Spa on Washington in Durant. We're told the undercover operation went down after several complaints about the 2 locations were made to Durant police. Police believe the women were living inside the business owned by Ken Morris and his fiancee.
During the undercover investigation, the undercover officer went in and made an appointment through the act of being undercover. At some point, the undercover officer was offered a sexual act.
All 3 women have been arraigned for offering to engage in prostitution. State investigators say a woman found dead in the Red River was a result of falling from a bridge in November. The Oklahoma Medical Examiner's Office says Andrea Ratliff died of multiple blunt trauma. Her body was found the day after Thanksgiving during a search of the river near Carpenter's Bluff Bridge. It was sparked after family members reported her missing. The Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation is looking into the man shot by an officer in Tishomingo on Saturday. OSBI spokesperson Jessica Brown says Joseph Beck is being investigated for felony assault, burglary in the 1st degree, and assault of a police officer. Just before 3 on Saturday, authorities were called to a Tishomingo apartment complex to investigate an assault. Investigators say officers ordered Beck to drop a knife, and when he refused, a deputy shot him. Beck is at the hospital, but expected to be all right. A woman is in custody in connection to a triple homicide and burglary in Broken Arrow. Police say 3 suspects between 16 and 18 years old shot and killed by the homeowner during a home invasion on Monday. The suspected getaway driver, 21-year-old Elizabeth Rodriguez, turned herself in hours later. She faces 2 counts of murder. Investigators are trying to determine if the homeowner's son who shot them acted in self-defense under the state's Stand Your Ground law. A Whitesboro man charged with manslaughter in a 2015 Marshall County fatal crash pleaded guilty on Tuesday. 30-year-old Garrett Turnham was sentenced to 5 years in prison. Turnham was driving south on U.S. Highway 377 back in February of 2015 when he hit another car, killing 52-year-old Tammy Dutton. OHP says he was under the influence of marijuana at the time of that accident. The Texas lawmakers are proposing cuts to education and health care programs to help their budget woes. The 2-year budget was unanimously passed by the Senate on Tuesday. And according to the Dallas Morning News, the nearly $218 billion plan also spends less on education and health care and more on CPS and foster care, both of which would receive a combined $430 million. Another $25 million would go towards bulletproof vests for police. Senate lawmakers hold a joint news conference later today to update the public on its committee's investigation into Russian meddling in the 2016 election. This as the House Intelligence Committee's probe continues to come under scrutiny. Here's Hannah Daniels.
President Trump hosted senators and their spouses at the White House Tuesday night as lawmakers in the Senate Intelligence Committee gear up to interview witnesses into its Russia probe.
My hope is that Sally Yates would be someone that we'd like to talk to. I've not discussed it with the chairman.
Yates, the former acting attorney general fired by Mr. Trump, was set to testify Tuesday before the House panel investigating possible links between Trump's administration and Russia. In a letter obtained by CBS News, her attorney was warned by the Trump Justice Department last week that there was a limit to what she could reveal in her testimony. Yates followed up with the White House on the matter Friday. The same day, Republican Committee Chair Devin Nunes canceled the hearing.
We have no problem with her testifying, plain and simple.
The controversy, along with Nunes' secret meeting on White House grounds last week, only added to Democratic beliefs that Nunes cannot lead an impartial investigation.
This is what cover-up behavior looks like.
Still, Nunes insists he won't step down. Hannah Daniels, CBS News.
Calling your senator or U.S. representative is easy because now there's an app for that. It's called Stance and is aimed at changing how constituents interact with their congressional representative. The way it works, you record a message on the app. It then delivers the recording. They also publicly tweet your message to the congressperson's Twitter handle. Some sad news, 3 storm chasers, including a pair of Weather Channel contractors, were killed while chasing a tornado in West Texas. Happened yesterday. Officials say they were pronounced dead at the scene of a 2-vehicle crash about 60 miles east of Lubbock. Happened after the black Suburban, driven by 2 storm chasers from Missouri, ran a stop sign and slammed into a Jeep, which was driven by an Arizona chaser. All 3 were killed. Time now 6:41. Tom Miller is back with us now. And Tom, what can we expect for the rest of our day weather-wise?
Well, rain winding down in eastern areas of Texoma, and I think by this afternoon some sunshine returns and temperatures warm into the mid-70s. We're looking at our Sherman Tower cam, and we're still overcast, and we do have scattered light showers across the area. No watches, no warnings. But wow, that wasn't the case just a few hours ago. It's still weather-aware day, at least for the morning, as scattered showers, maybe even a thunderstorm, non-severe, could still be in progress east of 69-75. A little ponding of water on the roads as we've seen over an inch of rain in some areas. And we still have to deal with some gusty winds today out of the south. But look at that powerful line. It almost came in 2 waves. First one initially, and then right behind it, the next wave. And that's where we saw all that wind damage, was that second little wave behind the first wave. And you can see that pushing off into Arkansas. But it's still, we have some shower activity again, generally east of 69-75. And looking at the lightning, that's almost pushing all the way out of portions of Oklahoma into Arkansas. So we're out of the woods there. And again, we expect some sunshine. But look at this powerful system stretched from South Texas all the way into Nebraska. Here's the upper level low. It's still over the Lubbock area, and that's going to traverse across the area tonight. So, yeah, we'll see some sunshine this afternoon. Then the clouds increase, and then we'll have another opportunity of some scattered showers. Here we have some wind damage in and around the Sherman-Denison area, down towards Howe, Dorchester, back into Collin County, Denton County, and then the further west we go. Well, that's, oh, did you see those storms out in West Texas yesterday? Powerful storms producing numerous tornadoes. Luckily, they worked their way out of that type of power, and when they reached us, it was pretty much just a line, a straight line or a squall line of showers and thunderstorms. Look at the rainfall totals. Over an inch in Ardmore, over an inch in Davis and Sulphur, 32/100ths of an inch in Sherman and Denison, 1/4 of an inch in Atoka, 2/100ths of an inch in Paris, with Nocona at about 3/4 of an inch. Right now, temperatures are pleasant. May need that light jacket. 54 in Ardmore, 57 in Durant, 54 in Ada, 58 degrees in Sherman and Denison with variable winds of 5 to 10 miles per hour, 59 in Bonham, Toka, 59 in Paris with 55, double nickels in Davis and Sulphur, and 55 in Nocona. Out at Lake Texoma, the elevation at 614.29 feet with the water temperature at 58. This system will finally kick through the area, not this afternoon, but tonight. So again, we'll see a little clearing before the front has a chance to move through this evening. And as that upper level system moves out, well, clearing skies tomorrow. A beautiful Thursday, not a bad Friday, but then on Saturday we'll start to see the approach of the next system. So rain starting to wind down in eastern areas. And then later on tonight we'll see the clouds increase, and we could squeeze out another little shower by almost this time tomorrow morning with clearing skies and some cooler temperatures behind that front. But we'll make it into the mid-70s today. Rain will be ending before 1 o'clock, and again some clearing skies from west to east. And then tonight, clouds back on the increase from west to east with a 20% chance of a scattered shower, a low near 50. And Thursday, not a bad day, partly sunny, 64, so cooler. And then we warm right back up to 76 on Friday with some sunshine. Starting out with sunny skies on Saturday, but we'll see an increase in cloud cover. Saturday night, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms, a high of 77 Saturday. Sunday, rain and thunderstorms, about a 50%, some heavy, maybe severe, 72. 72 Monday with rain ending in the morning. Tuesday, we're looking at mostly sunny and 74.
All right, thank you, Tom. Coming up on News 12 AM, what a witness says they saw moments before a construction worker was run over. Time now 6:45. Keep it here. Back in a moment. Well, an update now to a story that we first told you about as it was happening yesterday morning. An industrial incident in Sherman sent one man to the hospital. Firefighters were called to Panda Power Station around 7:30. They say an employee was de-energizing a breaker as part of routine maintenance and was shocked. He was taken to a hospital to be checked out as part of company protocol. The spokesperson says the employee was wearing his protective gear at the time. Paris police are investigating after a construction worker was run over while working yesterday morning. The driver is said to have fled the scene. News 12's Michael Deere spoke to an eyewitness who saw it all.
I just started screaming, call 911 somebody.
Just before noon, Frank Stokes was riding his bike east down Pine Bluff Street when he saw someone plow through a construction zone and hit a worker with his vehicle.
I drove right up 20 seconds later after he hit him. It was like, I can't believe this is happening, really.
Stokes says the construction zone was clearly marked.
They had their barricades up and everything. It was like the car just jumped over here and did it on purpose and got right back over there. So.
Police say the man hit is a 26-year-old Hispanic male. Construction workers down the road say the man works for Oscar Renda Contracting, which is based out of Roanoke. A spokesperson for the company says the man is a senior employee with the company. They tell us that the man was sitting next to the manhole near a shovel, mixing ingredients to seal the manhole. Stokes says the man was in serious pain.
He was in some significant pain. His head was bleeding, he couldn't move his knee. It ran completely over the guy. I was like, what? I mean, it ran completely over the manhole and the guy. The whole car did, and kept going and took a left.
Stokes says the event happened incredibly fast, but he was able to get a description of the car.
I just saw his bumper all the way to the left, and then in the tinted windows, he had his windows up, and it was a dark-colored, dark hunter green-looking Grand Am with a spoiler on the back.
The worker injured was flown to a Plano hospital. A spokesperson for Oscar Renda says the man is in critical but stable condition at this time. Police say they are actively searching for the green car, and if anyone has any information, to call them. Michael Deere, News 12.
You're watching News 12 AM with Jesse Schroeder, and from the Weather Authority, Tom Miller and Wayba Donito.
We are looking at Texoma Parkway. Roads are still wet as we had some good rainfall across parts of Texoma. We'll look at the rainfall totals in just a moment. It is still a weather-aware day, at least through this morning, as we're still looking at scattered showers, maybe even a thunder shower, non-severe throughout the morning. Watch for some water pounding on some of the roads, those areas that always seem to collect water after good rain, and we still expect some gusty south winds throughout the day. There's that strong line of thunderstorms moving through, produce winds gusts over 60 miles per hour, some nickel-sized hail, some heavy rain, and a lot of lightning. It was almost the secondary surge right here that brought the very damaging winds to parts of Texoma. But you can still see it's still raining generally to the east of 69-75. But most of the thunderstorms, again, have pushed into portions of Arkansas. We're not done with the rain. Here's the upper level low. It's going to track east and then slightly northeast. So we'll bring some clouds back into the area. Yes, we'll clear off later this afternoon, but clouds back into the area later on tonight and maybe a stray shower. Nothing severe. And there you go. Rainfall amounts. You may have had a little more, a little less in your rain gauge. Anywhere from 1/4 inch from Atoka to Clayton to only 2/100ths of an inch in Paris, 32/100ths of an inch in Sherman and Denison, over an inch in Ardmore, in Davis and Sulphur, 1/2 inch in Ada, and about 1/4 inch in Durant. 54 in Durant. We have 57 degrees, in Durant with 54 in Ardmore, 58 in Sherman and Denison, 54 degrees. And Ada, and again, variable winds of 5 to 15, 59 in Greenville, 59 in Atoka, 59 in Paris. We have 54 in Davis and Sulphur and 54 in Ringling. Out at Lake Texoma, well, the lake is going to go up. They had some very heavy rain, flooding problems across southwestern Oklahoma, so that drainage basin for Lake Texoma saw a lot of rain, so it'll be on its way up, but currently at 614.29 feet. Here goes the upper level system and surface feature. They'll push through the area with a cold front tonight, cool us down tomorrow with clearing skies. Nice again Thursday afternoon. Friday will be fantastic. Saturday, well, we'll start to see the approach of this next system. It'll bring us some cloud cover by late in the day and opportunity of more rain and thunderstorms late Saturday into Sunday. But again, rain will start to wind down as we head into the lunch hour with some clearing skies. And then the clouds will increase a little bit early tomorrow morning and may squeeze out an isolated shower. Our forecast for today, again, that opportunity, we could almost, again, downgrade that opportunity of rain this morning to around a 50%. 76 with clearing skies this afternoon, south winds 15 to 25, maybe a 20% chance of an isolated shower tonight, a low of 50 with an increase in cloud cover after midnight as that upper level low moves across the area, and then clearing skies tomorrow with only 64, so it's going to be much cooler tomorrow. Friday, we're looking at a beautiful day. Sunshine, 76 after a cool low of 45. Saturday, we'll start out with sunshine and end the day with partly to mostly cloudy, 77, and an opportunity of scattered showers and thunderstorms Saturday night. Best bet will be on Sunday. Some of those storms could be heavy, possibly severe. High of around 72 after a low of 56. And then Monday, a 30% chance of some scattered showers and thunderstorms. But again, a high near 72, a low of 54. And Tuesday, we're looking at mostly sunny skies. Jesse, a high of 74 after a low of a very pleasant 53.
All right, thank you, Tom. Well, now here's a look at what's coming up on CBS this morning.
Coming up, we'll talk with the top Democrat on the House Intelligence Committee about his calls for the chairman to recuse himself from the Russia investigation. Plus how plans for a border wall could split a resort community in two. More real news is just minutes away on CBS This Morning.
Well, Tom, fairly significant weather event overnight.
It certainly was, with those winds gusting up to 60 miles per hour, causing a little bit of damage here and there. But the good news is the rain is starting to wind down, should be out of the area by around lunchtime. Even some sunshine this afternoon, around 76. Not a bad Thursday and Friday as well, 64 tomorrow. That's going to feel cool for us. Look at that low Friday morning, 45, a high of around 76. And we'll start out with some sunshine Saturday with a chance of showers and thunderstorms late Saturday into Sunday.
Well, it is that time of year, I guess.
It is springtime.
And luckily today, I mean, we have a few reports of damage, but mostly just heavy rain.
Heavy rain and some much needed rain at that.
All right. Thanks, Tom, and thanks so much for joining us. You can always go to KXII.com. Have a great day.